favorite tips on creating a stress-free Thanksgiving season. Usually I don't host Thanksgiving here at my house, but we have it at my mom's house and I am the planner. So I'm going to share some of my favorite tips on planning in advance to keep you stress-free and keep you away from the busy, crazy grocery stores. So the first thing you want to do is get a head count. Know how many guests you're having and how many of those are adults versus children. That way you can kind of plan accordingly with how many pounds of turkey, say. Because in general, let's say you have a 20-pound turkey, that'll roughly feed about 15 people. So you'll want to know ahead of time how many people so you know how much food to have. The second step is to plan out your menu. And with that comes delegating. Don't try and take on the entire meal by yourself. Delegate, certain people to have some side dishes to bring, or appetizers, or maybe some drinks, rolls, whatever. Just to have everybody bring something with them. Okay, number 3 is once you have your menu planned out, write out your schedule. So I'll be going over that a little bit more in detail in the blog section with this video of how many things you can do leading up to the day, specific dishes and whatnot. But knowing and planning out a schedule up to a week before the day will help save you tons of stress. And number 4, once you know your menu and your schedule and what you'll be making, the next step is to plan out your grocery list. So it's really simple to do. You just, especially with Dashing Dish's new meal plan and grocery list builder, add on whatever ingredients you need from the recipes you'll be making from Dashing Dish, and then you can go ahead and add in anything extra just right on your grocery list by just typing it in. So 1 week before, you'll want to, very first thing, clean out your pantry and your fridge. Make sure that you have a lot of room and you clear out any extra clutter of things that you don't need, because a turkey and side dishes and whatnot take up a lot of space. And you can also buy your turkey a week in advance. Generally, they come frozen. And it's really good to start thinking about how many days in advance you'll need to put it in the fridge in order to thaw it safely. I always like to grocery shop for my non-perishables 5 or 6 days before the event. So that way you kind of beat the crowds and you make sure you get everything you need. Generally, things like cranberries and things for stuffing go really quickly. So be sure to do that closer to a week before rather than a few days before. About 3 days before, I like to help my mom clean the house, set the table, get all of that stuff done. Of course, the kitchen you can leave kind of not so perfect because you'll be doing some cooking. And then the second day before Thanksgiving is when you can actually start doing the cooking. Usually I say about 2 to 3 days you can start doing things like chopping vegetables, peeling squashes, different things like that, and then storing them in Ziploc bags in your fridge. You could also put some things in the freezer if you make it even more in advance. And then the second day is really when you can start doing some major cooking. And then a day or 2 before is when you can buy your perishables. So like fresh vegetables or rolls or different things that would maybe go bad if you left it more than a few days. And then on the actual day of Thanksgiving, I suggest waking up early, staying as calm as possible, and enjoying the day with your family. Be sure very first thing is to figure out, when do we need to start cooking this turkey? And then from there you can plan out when you would cook your side dishes, when you'd start warming them up, if you made them in advance. And then the crock pot is awesome for keeping things warm, but not dried out if you keep it on a warm setting. So I hope this helped your Thanksgiving go a little bit smoother this year, and I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season.